Father Macron, where art thou? So Abbot Curley was to give us an invocation. I do not see him here. Is it too? The wind is giving us a battle. So I do want to make mention that our... Thank you, Jim. I want to make mention that our parade was delayed a week, and that was due to the unfortunate death of Detective Sergeant Joseph Ascona, who was honored at a mass for his passing last Friday. So the parade is in memoriam. We are making mention of the fact that this Newark policeman lost his life on duty. And we certainly want to make mention, special mention of the Newark Police Department, who has been wonderful to us over the years. Lieutenant Purcell, Lieutenant Pinto have been here every inch of the way to help us. And we are saddened by the loss of Sergeant Ascona. I would like to introduce our Grand Marshal, Sean McGovern. Sean, where art thou? He's getting fortified. Sean has been an incredible Grand Marshal. He is certainly a native of Newark, and he represents McGovern's Tavern, his family, and the Irish in a wonderful way. Thank you, Sean.
Thank you, Sue. Our chairwoman doing a great job as always, Sue. Thank you all. Great day today. I'm honored to be here to represent Newark. I am a son of Newark. I was born in Newark. My bar has been in Newark for 90 years. Right here, McGovern's Tavern, you all know it. My family's here, my wife, my brother Eamon, wife Jennifer, brother Eamon, brother Pat, sisters Kathy and Deirdre. Thank you so much for being today. My children are here, my cousins are here. So it's great to have you all here today. You know, Newark is it's a town that has been up and down. We're definitely on the up now, and I'm so proud to be marching today in the city of Newark. And that just went out.
We are blessed to have 4 wonderful Deputy Grand Marshals who have honored us with, are we still here? Okay. Honored us with their presence today. And I would like to introduce first our Deputy Grand Marshal, Maura Campbell. Maura is a retired teacher and has represented Irish women and the Irish traditions over the last few months, and we are certainly blessed to have her here.
Thank you, Susan, and such a great parade committee that worked their tails off, and really they should all be CEOs of some big corporations. But I just want to say I got a little teary in Mass thinking about my parents, my grandparents, my brother, and I just want to thank everybody for this. It's been wonderful. Thank you to all my siblings for being here, and this is a great honor, and have a great day, everybody. Time to have fun.
Our next Deputy Grand Marshal, John Gethens, is a member of Local 68, is a volunteer fireman.
Chairman of the board.
Oh,
Chairman of the Fire Commissioner.
Chairman of the Fire Commissioner. Thank you, John. Big John here. He certainly represents the Irish, he represents the Union, and he represents his family. His family has been here. His wife, Fran, has been with us through thick and thin, through all of the events that have taken place. So, John, we are proud to have you.
I want to thank everybody for this opportunity. I also was raised Was born in Newark, raised in Newark, and I now live in Whippany. It actually did hit me in church. I just want to thank everybody for this moment. It's been great. I feel honored to be up here. And to all my union brothers out there, without you and I, you can't spell union, and don't forget it, all right? Thank you.
Let me just take this. Our next Deputy Grand Marshal is Tim McConway. He's a business agent with the Steamfitters Union and has been a wonderful tribute to the Irish and to all of the different things that we have been to and been involved with. So, Tim, thank you for allowing us to honor you.
Thank you, Susan. I just want to say thank you to everybody for coming today. It's a great honor. I want to thank Mr. Tom Giblin for asking me to be involved. I couldn't thank him enough. This brings back with my Uncle Joe and my mother. Back in the day, there's a picture of myself in 1964 in McGovern's Tavern with a top hat and tails. So I want to thank everybody, my family and my friends are coming. And I want to tell my boys from 475 that I love you and keep it going. Thank you.
And last but not least, Father John McCrone. Born and raised in Newark, served still serving in the priesthood for all of these years, and he is such a tribute to the Newark and to the Irish. Father John, where is he? Where'd you go? Is that the best we're going to get away? Thank you. He's a man of few words. Thank you. Thank you, Father John. Thank you for allowing us to honor you and for serving at the Mass today. Thank you. I have a few introductions, but if I could just, for quickly, John Giordano, U.S. Attorney for New Jersey, has graced us with his presence here. John, thank you for coming. We appreciate it. Thank you for the work that you do. Tom Giblin, let's see, where are we here? Oh, and the introduction, the Sweeney family. Sean Patrick Sweeney passed away a little bit earlier this year. And we have dedicated our parade to him and to his family has turned out in great numbers to honor him. We've dedicated our parade to the years that he was present here. He was a wonderful Irishman. He served us well, was involved with many Irish organizations, and we are so pleased that the Sweeney family has come out in large numbers to honor their brother. Thank you. Oh, John. Father John. We were looking for you, Father John.
I tried to hide. I tried. It's wonderful to be back. It's wonderful to have an opportunity to celebrate who we are, what we are about, our heritage, our faith, the good times, and of course we remember those who are not with us any longer. You know, when we talk about the life of Patrick, it's a good role model, and it's good for us to follow his example of welcoming and everybody having a place at the table. And so as we celebrate today, let's just enjoy ourselves, stay safe, remember those who are not here, and most importantly, always be grateful for what we have been given.
Thank you, Father John. Tom Giblin, former assemblyman, former state chairman, president of the Local 68. Tom has been a mainstay for this parade for all of these years. Thank goodness that he has kept it alive and kept the Irish traditions going. Tom, we have a few dignitaries that we'd like you to introduce.
Check.
Good afternoon, brothers and sisters. It's not St. Patrick's Day, but it's a great day for the Irish in the city of Newark. As we celebrate our 90th anniversary of the St. Patrick's Day Parade in this city, I hearken back and think of the many distinguished individuals who have served as our Grand Marshals and Deputy Grand Marshals during this period. I know they are looking down on us today and smiling that we've been able to keep this tradition going through all of these years. In the fall of 1935, leaders of the Irish community, including members of the Ancient Order of Hibernians, there were several divisions in the city at that time. The Irish War veterans, and I'm not talking about American wars, I'm talking about wars in Ireland, wars of independence, and tavern organizations who got together and made a decision to sponsor a parade in 1936. The mayor at that time was Mayor Meyer C. Ellenstein, if my memory serves me right. And our first Grand Marshal was Charles P. Gillen, a former mayor of Newark who was born in Roscommon, Ireland, and had been mayor during the last pandemic in 1918. So there's a lot of history intertwined with this parade, and through a committee that's committed to keep working every year, we got a goal of making our 100th anniversary down the road. But it takes leadership to put it all together. First of all, I want to salute Susan Garland, who's had many years of distinguished service in government, serving as a mayor of Caldwell, Councilwoman Caldwell, Democratic chairman of Caldwell, and in recent years probably has taken on one of the most difficult jobs, that of being general chairman of the parade. Susan, you did a great job. We're all proud of you, and we wouldn't know where we'd be without your efforts. So we want to thank Susan for that. And then, of course, all the various officers and committee heads, all the work that they did in raising the resources for this parade. This is done each and every year. The bands, all the other events, activities are properly raised as far as the resources are concerned. And thanks everybody who sponsored the parade and were most generous in this regard. As Susan noted, we have dignitaries that certainly deserve recognition. We have a newly minted Congresswoman in our midst. She previously served as council president in Newark. She's in a historic time in our country, the likes of I've never seen before, but I know she's up to the challenge, and I'd like to ask Congresswoman Monica McIver to come forth and say a few words and get the recognition and support that she deserves. Congresswoman McIver.
Thank you so much, Assemblyman.
Okay,
Got it?
I got it. Go ahead. McIver.
Good afternoon, everyone.
She's Irish.
I know we're cold, it's windy, but we're still excited, right? So first of all, thank you to the Assemblyman Tom Giblin. Thank you so much. I'm Congresswoman LaMonica McIver, representing New Jersey's 10th Congressional District. And it's an honor for me to be here and a privilege to stand before you for today's 90th Newark St. Patrick's Day Parade. It's truly a beloved tradition that has been a cornerstone of Newark's life for nearly a century. I want to start by recognizing our esteemed Grand Marshal, Sean McGovern, who dedicated, that's right, let's clap it up for Sean, whose dedication to the community culture mirrors the legacy of his family, whose contributions to this parade stretch back generations. I'm so happy to be here to celebrate the rich heritage of Irish Americans who have helped shape Newark into the vibrant city it is today. Since its inception in 1936, the Newark St. Patrick's Day Parade has brought together people from all backgrounds to honor the heritage parade, to honor the Irish heritage. This year is especially meaningful, as mentioned, as we honor the life and legacy of Sean Patrick Sweeney. Let's clap it up again for Sean Patrick Sweeney. Sean Patrick Sweeney was a cherished member of our city whose unwavering support for family, faith, and service to Newark continues to inspire us. I know his bright spirit is shining down on all of us today. With that being said, let's get on with it. I'm looking forward to walking in the parade, and I know you all are looking forward to celebrate. Thank you.
Our next individual speaker comes from a family rich in legacy as far as commitment to community service. I'd like to call upon Councilman Larry Crump to address the audience.
Good afternoon, everybody. All right, I will be brief because I have a bald head and it's windy right now. Oh, have mercy. Let me first say greetings and welcome on behalf of our great Mayor Raz J. Baraka, the Newark Municipal Council, and 311,000 residents of the city of Newark. It is always a pleasure to be here, and you know, I like to start my walk early. I walk from all the way from City Hall to here. So I feel it already, and I'm just happy to be here. I want to congratulate the Assemblyman Tom Giblin and especially Sean McGovern, who, I went to law school at Rutgers Law, so I spent many days up in McGovern's. I'll say eating a burger, let's say that, okay? But particularly after those exams, I had a couple extra burgers at times. But it's a pleasure to be here. You know, it's important that we celebrate our heritage. It's important that we celebrate the Irish heritage, which is a part of our fabric of this, not only the city of Newark, but our country. And I just want to say congratulations to all of you today who are celebrating. I wore my green socks, I wore my green bow tie, and normally I make corned beef and cabbage, but I didn't make it today or Monday, past Monday. But I always believe that we need to celebrate as much as possible our heritage and continue to do what you're doing today and in the future. God bless you all.
Councilman, I hope you have some green in your pocket. One thing about our honorees for 2025, it's very important because you see the generations of families who've been involved with the parade. I had the good fortune to know the late, great Frank McGovern. 58 New Street should be declared a National Historical Site because of the so many generations of Irish Americans who came through those doors, and through the spirited leadership of Frank McGovern, he opened doors for employment, for housing, you name it. He was a social service agency before his time, and Sean will be following in his footsteps after almost 65 years since Frank was Grand Marshal, is a tribute. And when you look down the other Deputy Grand Marshals, we all know that the Irish have been a key component of the Catholic Church. John McCrone also follows in the footsteps of Joseph Farrell, who was the Grand Marshal in 1964 and was one of the pillars of the parade committee. And labor is truly represented with John Gethens and Tim McConway, both true sons, one from Local 68 and the other from 475 of the Steamfitters, that can carry on. And then Sheila Campbell, following in the footsteps of her grandfather, George Bell, going back in 1961. So as you can see, it's generation on top of generation, and we'll keep it moving the way it should be. Thank you.
Thank you, Assemblyman Giblin. Appreciate all your good words and introductions. I would like to reintroduce Barbara Lyons to come back up. We've got some wonderful dancers here that I love your enthusiasm, even in the with the wind and the cold. So thank you. Okay, we are absolutely delighted to have with us the Denoglio School of Dance. They're going to be showing off their expertise and their talent in just a few minutes here. This school is owned by former Deputy Grand Marshal Jen McGovern, who is also the wife of our Grand Marshal, Sean McGovern. She and her sister, Allison Nagel, started this, and their Grand Marshal's daughter, Sierra, is also very involved, and she is an award-winning dancer in her own right. They originally started dancing with the Peter Smith Group, who, those of you that are familiar with Irish dancing know that Peter Smith was considered one of the highlights and the top type of Irish dancing. They've been in business now for 32 years. In the tri-state area. They have 32 champions going to the World Champions in Dublin, and I'm sure they're going to come back with many, many medals, as they usually do. So here for you are the Denoglio School of Dance. That was beautiful.
Check, 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 check.
So we are blessed with the presence of our mayor, the Honorable Mayor Ross Baraka, who has come for many years to the parade and has honored us with his presence. I am so happy that you're here. He's got busy schedules these days. The gentleman is running for governor. And so we're very pleased that he fit us into his schedule and very honored to have him here. So I'm going to give him the opportunity to speak.
Yeah.
Mayor Ross Baraka.
Thank you. Thank you. I just wanted to do the proclamation. It ain't right for me to parade to happen without this proclamation. So just a few, read part of it. Whereas St. Patrick's Day is the annual event in which Irish Americans honor their proud heritage with parades, prayers, and festivities. This year, parade in Newark, our state's first and finest, has an outstanding Grand Marshal in Newark, attorney and native Sean McGovern, and in Deputy General Marshals Mara Seaton, Campbell, John Guthinis, Tim McConway, and Reverend John McCrone. And as mayor of Newark, I congratulate the marchers, supporters, and organizers who are making Newark's 90th St. Patrick's Day Parade a memorial in 90 years, my Lord. And I salute all Irish Americans who make up a brilliant shade of green in our city's rainbow diversity. Erin Go Bra.
Thank you, Mayor.
You're very welcome. Good Irish weather.
Yeah, it's definitely good Irish weather. And we thank you so much for coming to our parade, and we're honored to have you and in this wonderful city that has grown so much. So Newark, we're very pleased that, do we have more of the Irish dancers on or not? Okay. It's not having a good day. Somebody's not having a good day. Well, we're running a little bit behind. We started a little bit late, but we started the day today with our usual annual gorgeous Mass at St. Patrick's Pro Cathedral. St. Patrick's Pro Cathedral is celebrating their 175th anniversary this year, so it was very thrilling to be there with them. I see the motorcycles coming, so we're getting ready for this. But another highlight of the parade this year is our high school band competition. We have 7 high schools participating. This is something we've been doing now for 12 years, and it's always considered a great honor for the high school that actually wins the award. So we're very thrilled to have that also going on. We have many, many sponsors this year. We're absolutely delighted with the turnout and the support that we've received from so many companies. You can see the banner behind me. Gibbons, of course, Gibbons Law has been supporting and sponsoring our high school band competition for many, many years, and we're always grateful for their continued support. And again, Gibbons was our Emerald sponsor. We have Celtic Champions, ICS Builders, McGovern's Tavern. We keep hearing about McGovern's Tavern, but McGovern's is such a key part of this parade and has been for many years, and a key part of the Irish American community. We find that so many, as we talk to people, I met my husband in McGovern's, I met my wife in McGovern's. It's just a part of the program for the Irish American community. Steamfitters Local 475 is also one of our Celtic champions. And the Farrell family. Joe Farrell is a former Grand Marshal. His son Mike Farrell was also a Grand Marshal, and Mike is actually the first vice chair of the Newark St. Patrick's Day Parade. Joe's daughter and Mike's sister, Peggy Dangerfield Farrell, or Peggy Farrell Dangerfield, was also a deputy grand marshal. Another member of our Celtic Champion sponsors is the Eileen McGinley Hannaford. Eileen McGinley Hannaford was a deputy grand marshal of the Newark St. Patrick's Day Parade for 3 years running because she was first appointed when COVID hit. So we were delighted that she had probably the longest term of office. And also the McGinley Building Services. Horizon Blue Cross also stepped up again, as they usually do, and supported us in their very, very generous way, along with Public Service, PSE&G. So we're just so thrilled to have all of these companies and individuals supporting the parade. And I see where we're beginning. We have the Newark Police motorcycles starting down the road. And the wind let up. Oh, great. Now if I have a chance to comb my hair. This is part of our bylaws, actually, that the parade is always led by an escort of Newark's finest, the police. And they take great pride in being the head of our escort session, as it were. Many, many years ago, the Newark Police would also bring the mounted police. I don't know if they have them with us today, but hopefully we will see them. It's always a pleasure to see these gorgeous horses coming down. We're just going to hesitate for a few minutes while we watch them. Although, looking at this, it reminds me, we're at the New York City St. Patrick's Day Parade, and they had the most stunning show. The Newark firefighters had 343 firemen each carrying a flag, and each flag represented a fireman who had perished in 9/11. And to see those 343 flags coming down the street carried by uniformed firefighters was extremely moving. And again, something that we all will never forget. And I was mentioning the Mass this morning. Part of the Mass is the parade dedication. This parade was dedicated to Sean Patrick Sweeney, and the Sweeney family places a floral arrangement at the statue of St. Patrick. This is a tradition that we've carried on for the last few years. And I'm looking down and I see the mounted horses. Excellent. Abbot Curley was the celebrant at the Mass today, and our Deputy Grand Marshal, Father McCrone, was also one of the con-celebrants. We had the South Park Band there, and the Newark Emerald Society Pipe Band also marched us in. So we had bagpipes, we had flowers, grand marshals, and a really, really large crowd today. I think it was probably one of the biggest crowds we've had at the Mass. So here they come now. The beginning of the 90th anniversary, 90 years doing this. Incredible. We're not quite as old as St. Patrick's Pro Cathedral, but we're there.
We come from Clare with the mean lads they are. To work across the ocean on the Oro, 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 Awaya, Michael, Oro, Shelava, Awaya.
The escort section, the Newark Police Department motorcycle. Thank you so much for leading us off again. We're delighted to see you. And thank you for your service. We all appreciate it. We think you're great. And here we are with the Mounted Police, my favorite group. We have the Assistant Public Safety Director, Emmanuel Miranda, Deputy Police Director, Leonardo Carrillo, Chief of Police, Sharonda Morris, Coordinator of the Emergency Division, John Sharp James, and head of the Motorcycles and Mounted Units, Lieutenant Michael Costera, our favorite units. Now we have the banner of St. Patrick, carried by Thomas Corcoran and his son Tommy. The Corcoran family has been carrying the banner of St. Patrick for over 50 years. The 2009 parade was dedicated to Tom's father, Thomas Corcoran. They have stored the banner for 50 years and they bring it out every year. Thank you so much, Corcoran family. And again, this is just an example of the influence family pays on the tradition. Pipes and Drums of the Blue and Gold, founded in 1986. This is a non-profit organization dedicated to advancing the art and culture of bagpipe bands. Drum Major Brian Winnie, Pipe Major Jeff Bowman, Band Manager John Barnett, Pipe Sergeant Stephen Chen, Drum Sergeant Judel Ventura. Don't you just love the sound of the bagpipes? That's the key part of this parade. Pipes of the Blue and Gold, thank you for joining us today. We already met Congresswoman LaMonica McIver. I don't think she's marching, but she joined us early and gave a lovely speech, and we so appreciate it. Now we have the Essex County Sheriff's Office. Sheriff Amor Jones heads the Essex County, and they consider their purpose providing safety and security to New Jersey's largest and busiest Superior Court. Essex County Sheriff Amor Jones, Under Sheriff Fitzgerald Fagulio, I'm sorry, I may have messed that name up, Under Sheriff John Congalvis, Chief James Spango, and with them we have their emergency management truck and their mobile command center. The Essex County Sheriff is probably one of the largest sheriff's office in the state of New Jersey, and we appreciate all the work that they do. Thank you for joining us today.
He gave a grand party to friends and relations who would not forget them when come to the wall if you'd only listen.
I think they stopped for the red light. Not sure that's part of the program, but it looks as though they did.
We said to be sure God's invitations for all the nice boys and girls that I
But again, the wind stopped.
Friends and relations are dancing as merry as peace with a cast. I
think it was Michael Farrell who made a comment before our new logo is going beyond to 100. I'm not so sure we're going to make another 100 years, but we're going to do the best we can. And we always say this is a family-oriented parade. You've got 3-4 generations of people that have been involved in this parade for years and years and years. So apparently it's going to be a generation after me that's going to keep following this.
6 long months I spent in Dublin, 6 long months doing nothing at all. 6 long months I spent in Dublin learning to dance for Lanigan's Ball. And I stepped out, I stepped out, well I stepped out.
While we're waiting for this group to come, I'll give some more hellos and kadoos to our Golden Harp supporters, Donald Hannon Sr. and his daughter, Marianne Hanna Costecca. Donald was a former Grand Marshal and Marianne was a Deputy Grand Marshal. And Donald also very generously donated the flowers for our investiture and today the flowers for our Mass. So we certainly appreciate seeing him. This is the Essex County Police and Fire, Emerald Society Pipes and Drum. And they joined us also at the Mass this morning. They were founded in 1980. They marched in their very first parade in March of 1981 in the Keensburg and Newark St. Patrick's Day. They now have 24 pipers, 18 drummers, and a color guard. They were the host band for National Police Week in Washington in May 2016, and they perform all over the East Coast. Drum Major Donald Gilmartin, Drum Major Michael McNanny, Pipe Major James Jennings, Drum Sergeant Edward McNanny. Thank you for joining us. Essex County Police and Fire Emerald Society, pipes and drums. Looking good, gentlemen. Thank you for being at the Mass. And they are leading our Grand Marshal, Sean McGovern. You heard from Sean earlier. This looks like the biggest turnout in the parade. Marching with Sean is his wife, Jen McGovern, who also is the owner of the Dinoglias. They dance beautifully, Jen. Thank you. Hey, it's Eamon McGovern. His brother is also the chief of staff. Nice to see you, Eamon. I probably shouldn't say this, but Sean and Eamon used to deliver my newspapers. Chris Durkin, our county exec, just walked by. Not county exec, I'm sorry, county clerk. I just promoted you, Chris. Congratulations. I would rattle off the names of Sean McGovern's aides, but I think it takes 3 or 4 pages in here, and we just don't have time for that. And there's Jerry Lenahan, a former Deputy Grand Marshal of ours. Thank you, Jerry. Nice to see you. I said Grand, didn't I? Who's Grand Marshal? Anyhow. We also have the Frank McGovern Association. They're walking along there with Sean and his huge turnout there. President Mike Nagel, Vice President Pat Howell, Sergeant at Arms Dylan McGovern, Recording Secretary Maggie McGovern, Treasurer Jack McGovern. Union County St. Patrick's Day Parade Committee, thank you so much for joining us, Union County. Lovely turnout. Thank you for being with us today. I can't mention your officers because I lost the page someplace. Coming along the street now, this is the first competitor in our 12th annual St. Patrick's Day Parade High School Band. They were founded in 2016, and they're Newark's premier magnet school. They have 980 students. They educate their students in the fields of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. It's a STEAM school. Looking good, ladies. They got the first place award in 2024, and the first place in their inaugural Newark Public Schools Marching Band. Director of Bands is Mr. Mario Banks. Assistant Band Director, Miss Kendra Brandon. Coordinator, Vendetta Graves. Color Guard Coordinator, Melanie Marcano. Assistant Dance Coordinator. They're drowning me out here. Oh, wow. Whoa, they're bigger than I remember. Legion of Boom Marching Band. We're delighted to have you with us. Showing their winning technique. You look like you're twice as big as I remember you. Excellent. Good job and good luck today. Legion of Boom. And we have the Newark Fire Department protecting our lives and the property. Fire Chief Del Ortiz, Battalion Chief Mark Furka, Captain Philip Ivano, Captain Kenyon Dunham, Oh, this gorgeous, this antique Newark Fire Department. I'd love to know what year that truck is. Thanks so much, guys. I can't hear. Engine 18, Engine Company 18, welcome. City of Newark Fire Department. Here's their hazmat operations truck. Very important. Another Newark hazmat operations truck. And a decon unit. Nice to have you with us. Thank you so much. We have the Caldwell. This is a volunteer fire department. They were organized in 1901. Chief Andrew Pilara, First Assistant Chief Gary Caramello, Second Assistant Chief Glenn Snyder, Captain Mark O'Connor, Lieutenant Vin Fano, Lieutenant Nick Turkman. These are all volunteers living and working in the borough of Caldwell. We thank you so much for all the work that you do. Uh-oh. Coming along the street right now is an award-winning bagpipe band, Rory O'Moore, School of Pipes and Drums. They're also a teaching organization. They provide lessons on bagpipes and drumming. They work at approximately 40 parades throughout the year. Pipe Major Keith Wood, Director and Pipe Sergeant Matt Wood, Assistant Director Karen Reed, Quartermaster and Sergeant at Arms Bill Schock. Rory O'Moore, an award-winning organization. Thank you so much for being with us. I'm looking for my friend Frank McInerney, but I don't see him. He's taking the day off. And Rory O'Moore is leading our Deputy Grand Marshal, Maura Campbell. You heard from Maura earlier today. She's a lifelong educator and community leader who lives in Cranford, New Jersey with her husband, Tim McKenna. Her Chief of Staff is Kathleen Campbell Ferns. There you go, Kathleen. Again, several Deputy Grand Marshal aides. Maura is also an active member of the Joseph Nugent Association. Her grandfather, George Bell, was a 1961 Grand Marshal. Marching with them is Valerie Ding. I'm gonna get the name wrong. Dave Bell, Kevin Campbell, Tom Campbell, Kathleen Davis, Gretchen Korm. You got a high school band coming up your back here. Keep going, Maura. I don't know.
You know what the band is? What
They're not in the right. They're not in the right place. KIP Dynamic. The KIP New Jersey Dynamic Band. These are the second competitors in the high school competition. That's Knowledge is Power program. Audrina Clybourne. Oops, I know you can't hear me. Dance coach and band culture, Nicholas Kuser. Percussion instructor, Tara Dumas. Music and mentoring specialist, Rakeen Baker. Again, they're competing in the band competition today. When? Oh, heck. Nugent's Tavern. Welcome. Delighted to have you with us. Another sponsor of our parade. We so appreciate it. South Park and District Pipes and Drum, our favorite pipe and drum organization. Founded in 1994. Pipe major Bill McAvoy. Band manager Brian Monteverdi. Pipe Corporal Paul O'Sullivan, Drum Sergeant Andy Dixon, Drum Corporal Kevin Teven, Drum Major Chris McCarthy. Pat Dodd was a Drum Major Emeritus and leading in our Deputy Grand Marshal John Gethens, along with Fran Gethens. They have participated in every single event that we've had so far. They've become family. We have Sean O'Neill marching with them, a former Grand Marshal of the Newark Parade, and Ted Giblin, a former Grand Marshal. Betty Teven, former Deputy Grand Marshal. And riding along with them is John's mother, who so graciously donated a loaf of soda bread for our Mass today. We so appreciate it. Wilson Avenue, they're not in the competition. Now we have with us the Wilson Avenue Bobcat Band. They were founded in 1881. Oh my heavens, that was a school, 1881. The band was 1954. It's a K-8 school. They're not part of the competition, but we love having them in the band every year. We've been told that this is the only marching band, 5 to 8 marching band in the U.S., and they've been marching with us for over a decade as a non-competing middle school band. They're going to participate in the Portugal Day Parade. That'll be good. Margarita Hernandez is the principal, and Tanya Sousa, the vice president. We love having them with us every year. And here comes the Nutley Irish Association. They have the first parade March 1st. It's the first one of the season, and it was an outstanding parade this year. President Deidre Hollywood, Vice President Shane McCarthy, Treasurer Brenda Sherman. Brenda does all the work. Corresponding Secretary Connie Nielsen. Well, at least she gets all the money anyway. Hey, Colleen. Recording Secretary Ellen Benz. Thank you so much for with us today. Grand Marshal John Kaufman, Deputy Grand Marshal Kevin Smith, Member of the Year Mary Darriga. There, Mary. Police Officer of the Year Brendan Sim. Parade Queen, it's hard walking, isn't it, ladies? This breeze is something else. Another bagpipe band, the St. Columkille United Gaelic Pipe Band. This is one of the largest bands, I think, that we've had in the parade so far. The president is Chase Hamilton, who is an award-winning piper. Chase was also participating in the funeral mass for the detective last week. Band manager Jana Freed. They were founded in 1949. They're based in Kearney, New Jersey, and they've been keeping alive Scottish and Irish music. St. Columkille United Gaelic Pipe Band, thank you for being with us. And right behind them, they're leading off Deputy Grand Marshal Tim McConway and his Chief of Staff, Jonathan Sinote. You heard from Tim earlier today. He's immersed in Newark's Irish American community. Tim is a committed volunteer and he's participated in many charitable events. His love of Irish history and dedication to service have earned a great respect, and we love having him with us. The Ironbound Irish Association, founded in 1934. They have been with us since the very first parade in 1936, and they were wearing blue memorial lapel ribbons in honor of Detective Joseph Ascanza. Thank you for that recognition. President Steve Blank. First Vice President Charlie Oreo. We saw you in New York, Charlie, but you didn't see us. Second Vice President Mike Whalen. Third Vice President Carl Kozlowski. Financial Secretary John Wichuk. Corresponding Secretary Joe Dugan. Recording Secretary Mike Perdue. And they will be having their 32nd annual dance on April 2nd, and we will be there, certainly, to celebrate. Mike Whalen, Irishman of the Year, and Fire Captain Billy Soul will be honored for community service. The Ironbound Association always wears a traditional top hat and tail, so we love how you look on the street. Thank you for joining us again. Barringer High School Marching Band, another competition band. They were founded in 1838, the school. It's one of the oldest high schools in the United States, and they have 1,900 students. It's monstrous. And they continue their mission to prepare students to become lifelong learners. The marching band was reignited in the fall of 2018. Band director Veronica Lawrence. These are big competitors. They were first place in our 2023 parade and second place in 2024. So they're giving our last year's winner a run for the money. Drumline instructor Jonathan Riley, majorette instructor Tanzia Knight. The principal at Barringer High School is Natasha Barrett. The horn captain Gene Lewis, drum captain Antonio Lambert. Marjorette's captain, Zulia Resto. Color guard captain, Marla Herta Capote. Horn section, Christopher Jones and Ashley Maltovano. Drum section, we can get all these names in because there's a big gap here. Drum section leader, Rosalind Martinez and Israel Toby. Excellent. Another one of our excellent pipe bands coming down the road. We have 10 pipe bands in the parade this year. It's more than we usually have. So we had 7 high school bands and 10 pipe bands. I think the pipe bands they bring the song and the music to the parade to make it much more exciting. The pipe band was formed in December of 2003, and they have 25 members. And they're all active or retired members of the Newark Fire Department. They play at the funerals of their deceased fighters and family members, along with other events. In 1929, they played at the Prudential Center when Martin Browder broke the record with 552 wins with the Jersey. Now, I have no idea what that is. Jack Dahl, our former chair and a former Grand Marshal, along with Kathleen Conlon of St. Barnabas. Kathleen was also one of our deputy Grand Marshals. Newark Firefighters Pipe Band. Pipe Major, Raymond Montalvo, rather. So glad to have you with us today. And the Newark firefighters are leading our Deputy Grand Marshal, Father John McCrone, our esteemed pastor who upholds the values of faith and Irish culture within the Newark community for many, many years. Father McCrone has definite family ties to Cork and Roscommon, County Cork. His Chief of Staff, Kelly Elizabeth McGovern Feely. We have all the Feelys here with us today. Thank you so much for joining us. And we're so proud to have you as one of our Deputy Grand Marshals. St. Benedict's Prep School drumline float. It looks great, fantastic. And the float is leading Abbott Curley. Thank you, Abbott Curley. And again, Abbott serves as our historian and our chaplain, and he was the celebrant of our Mass this morning. The drumline was founded in 2008, and the director is Jeremy Fletcher. Thank you, Jeremy, for joining us again. Essex Shillelagh Pipes and Drums. This is from our home of West Orange. The Essex Shillelagh Bar is our cheers. Pipe Major, Chris Kavanaugh. Pipe Sergeant, Dan Hodge. Drum Major, Pat Pignatello. Drum Sergeant, Scott McGowan. Band Manager, Dan Gregory. Quartermaster, Jack Kusick. They were founded in 1971 in West Orange. They also provide tutoring and instructions on playing the bagpipes and the drums, and they provide scholarships. And right behind them is the Sweeney family. Again, we said this parade is dedicated to Sean Patrick Sweeney. Thank you for joining us. It was a privilege to have you with us. Excellent. Sean's deep love for Irish heritage and his work with the Sons of the Shillelagh, and I understand he gave fantastic bear hugs to everybody he knew. So proud to have you with us, and we will remember Sean Patrick. West Orange, here we go, we're home. West Orange St. Patrick's Day Parade Committee, yay! One of the best parades, I have to say, outside of ours, of course, and our own Kathleen Leorio, Deputy Grand Marshal, Women of Irish Heritage Representative. Grand Marshal Noel O'Keefe. I don't see Noel. Where'd he go? We lost him. Deputy Grand Marshal Kevin Boland. Deputy Grand Marshal Rich McDonald. Deputy Grand Marshal Jim McGuire. I guess Noel was with the band. Parade Chair Mike Cunningham. Financial Secretary Casey Cunningham. Then we have the University Hospital Emergency Medical Services. Thank you. With this win, we may need you. And the roots of the West Orange Parade go back 60 years. Two organizations, the Irish American Society of the Oranges and the Frank O'Hara Association. And now we have another competitor. Orange High School Muddy Marching Tornadoes. Drum Major Yasmin Stokely, Junior Charon Fan. Band Captain Jimmy Dews. It's a traditional high-step marching and maneuvering band. They incorporate show-style elements in their presentation. It's another award-winning band. They won second place in the 2023. Good luck today, guys. Looking good. The Orange Mighty Marching Tornadoes. Thank you for being here. Now we have a little different type band, different from the pipes in the high school, the Navasink Brass Band. They've been with our parade now for several years. They formed in 1992 in Red Bank. This is a professional brass quartet. Trumpet, Kevin Pryor. Horn, Nancy Shelvatis. Tuba, Paul, I'm not going to get this one, Escobach. And the driver, Cameron Smith. Thanks for joining us again, Navasink Brass Band. New Jersey Transit Police Department. They've got that nice little dog with them. Lieutenant James Casey, Sergeant Ian Lawson, Sergeant Kevin Bars, Police Officer Jason Ross. And with them also is the New Jersey EMS Task Force. Thank you for joining us today. I think it's time for a sponsor break. We didn't mention our Shamrock Advocates. We have the P.J. Gannett Group and the Farrells, another Farrell family. This is what I say, the families just continue to participate. Mike Farrell was also one of our Celtic champions, and another, not quite sure what to call them, another branch of his family. And then we have the heritage, the Downer family. The Downer family's been involved with this parade for many, many years. Joe Downer serves as our financial secretary. Now we have the police pipe and drums of Morris County, drum major, John Romeo, pipe major, Ray Feeney, pipe major, Matt Potter. This group was banded together in 1997 under the direction of Joe Keeley Sr. And they have over 40 active members. And they also have a teaching area where there's teaching people the drums and the pipes. Pipes and drums in Morris County, thank you for joining us. Go ahead. They play at events all through the county. Oh, and now we have the Farrell family. They're creating their own unit. Mike Farrell, the former Grand Marshal, our current first vice chair. His sister, Peggy Farrell Dangerfield, former Deputy Grand Marshal. Thank you so much. And has her husband, Richard. Nice group, Farrell. Oh, this is what we're waiting for. The float for the St. Patrick's Pro Cathedral, celebrating their 175th anniversary. And part of their float, this is Father Camillo's decision. They have the Easter Sunday 1916 commemorative cross. This cross is shown at St. Patrick's Cathedral when we have the Easter Sunday Mass commemorating the uprising. And all of his aides, not that I know who they are, but we are so thrilled. I'm assuming Mrs. Founded in 1850, isn't that hard to believe? Rector of the Pro Cathedral, Father Camillo Cruz. Associate in Old St. Mary's in Elizabeth, Father Juan Gabriel Rojas. Yo! And Father Camillo's mom is in there someplace, I'm sure. It looks great. We have to do this again next year. Terrific, terrific. Here's the east side. Marching band. Principal Carlos Rodriguez. Captain Giovanni Hernandez. Co-captain Joseph Cazares. Eastside High School was founded in November 1911. That's a long, long time ago. They have 2,300 students. Woo! That's amazing. Participate in this parade every year. Good luck in the competition, guys. They also play in the Portuguese Parade and Millburn's Memorial Day Parade. Now here comes our favorite group, the Women of Irish Heritage. Yay! Founded in 1973, the women are celebrating their 52nd anniversary. President Gwen Glazier, Vice President Michelle Lacano, Treasurer Mary Ann Callahan, Recording Secretary Kathleen Smith-Leorio, Corresponding Secretary Janet O'Keefe Burke, Membership Secretary Bridget Bauer, Sergeant at Arms Kelly Tenza, Liz Cratides, hostesses Eileen Kay, Maureen Del Plato, stewardesses Colleen Smith Geyer, Mary Ellen Lawrence, Terry Taylor Fleming, Kathy Waldron, yay! Kathy McCann, whoops! Oh, I hope that wasn't important. Hope it wasn't something I needed to know. I am a member, a very proud member of the Women of Irish Heritage. Oh my gosh, this got really bad. Serving as the immediate past president. The women had the honor and the thrill of marching in the New York City parade just this week, thanks to Janet O'Keefe. And they made a tremendous showing. And there we have Kathy Gail McGeady, a former Deputy Grand Marshal of the West Orange Parade. Looking good, lady, and Eileen Gillies, former Deputy Grand Marshal of the Newark Parade.
Can you grab the things and bring them to me at the end? Okay, thank you.
New Jersey Transit Police Pipe Band. This is made up of police officers who have a passion. They all have a passion to play the pipes and drums. This department was founded in 1983, led by Chief Christopher Trusillo, Deputy Chief Andrew Crow. 35 members, and they put in two of their trucks. So the only statewide transit police department in the country. I didn't know that. Looking good. And here's our prime sponsor, Gibbons Law, Gibbons PC, founded in 1926. Thank you again so much for supporting our high school band competition. We are just so thrilled to have you with us. We so appreciate it. Managing Director, Peter Torsiello. I think I was close with that anyway. Gibbons has been in Newark, New Jersey for many, many years, and they've made a commitment to this town, and they indicate that they will stay here forever. This is Malcolm X Shabazz High School Marching Band. They are not competing, but they are fantastic. The band started in 1923. They've been marching in this parade for 20 plus years. It's amazing. They win awards all over the place. They won first place in the 2024 Puerto Rican Day Parade and are going to be performing in I'm saying soon in the St. Patrick's, Jersey City, but this may have changed. Band director, Rachel Sheffield. Dance advisor, Julia Parker. Percussion instructor, Deshaun Hawkins. Staff, Jaqueen Hargrove and Rajon Butler. Co-captain dance line, Serenity Terry. Co-captain twirlers, Sean Kitchen and Meone Harris. Pom-pom squad, Mariam Washington, looking really good, guys. You should be competing. Delighted to have you with us again. Please continue joining us. And now we have members of the Newark St. Patrick's Day Parade Committee. Thank you for all your hard work. Our adjutants, Jerry Cole, excellent. You got it all together, Jerry. That looked fantastic all the way down the street. Eileen McGinley Hannaford, a former Deputy Grand Marshal, like I said, for half her life. Terry McHugh, another adjutant who supports the parade constantly. Rosemary Melody, so far the one and only female Grand Marshal, the North St. Patrick's Day Parade. Maggie Millar, Peter Millar, Harry Melody, Pat Giblin. Nice, I know there's some adjutants there, but I don't have my notes here on the adjutants. But thank you all for putting this together. It was amazing. And in the car, I'm not sure who's driving. Here you go. I know what that one is. Sue Garland's taking a ride. She's done. Oh, Frank Sapienza, I'm sorry I didn't recognize you. I'm getting my cataract surgery next week. I think what we have coming up here is the downtown district. It's Chaka Khan. Newark Downtown District. Director of Operations, Susan McKay, if that's who this is. Robert Robotham, thank you for serving as an adjutant.